79
Oh.
gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67 though of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into some Monday Night Racing action as we have the Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series, the Next Gen Cup Series here, coming at you from the repave of Atlanta. High speeds, high banks, high drama, all in store for everybody here this evening, and we tune on in and get ready to put on one heck of a show. So let's get things all started on off here with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the fantastic supporters here of the NTRL, and of course tonight's race sponsor of the Plus EV Racing Team. Thank you guys for jumping on board and sponsoring this one here tonight. We also have to say a huge thank you over there to DEP Graphics, some fantastic paint schemes and all of that. So thank you, DEP, for jumping on board here this season. Of course, have to be a big thank you as well to Sim Gear Central. All of the button boxes that you've probably used in Sim, man, they compare nothing to what Sim Gear Central makes over there. So be sure to head on over there to simgearcentral.com to pick up a special button box today. Also a big thank you to Track Bar Media, some fantastic race photos as well as videography being made and produced over there, so go ahead and check them on out. Thank you, Track Bar Media. Of course, big thank you as well to Martin Sports, jumping on board here. Some fantastic apparel, whether it's for race wear or casual wear. Get yourself some personalized gear over there at Martin Sports. And once again, as always, Davidson Builders, the premier custom builders up there in the northern New Jersey area. If you're looking to try to get something custom made, like a whole addition, or maybe just trying to change out the sink and the faucets and stuff, be sure to head on over to Davidson Builders and look them on up. All right, well, with that, as always, I am Alan Brown. Missing in action here tonight, Mr. Alan English. Looks like he might have fallen into one of those, what are they? Probably vats or whatever that they brew all their beer in, whatever. He was getting a little too close for comfort when taste testing, so he's running a little bit late. But he will join us a little later on. We do, however, have Mr. Adam Turner down here on pit road as we get ready for this great race over here at Atlanta. Adam, I know it's a little tricky here, especially with the repave. It's going to be a little bit closer to kind of like plate racing, much more bumper to bumper kind of action. Things aren't going to spread out all too much, but these drivers are going to have to be careful here.
Yeah, after the repave, this thing, everybody we've talked to, and I think I've run it before myself, it's only a mile and a half, but it feels like a super speedway, just the way the clean pavement is and the banking and how fast it is. So it should be interesting. We're going to have a lot of cars out here tonight. It's the next gen league with Num Thumbs Racing. So these guys are good. We'll probably get the best out of them tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can find English. I don't know. He might have fallen into the big old vat of beer like on Strange Brew. That would be a shame. He'd probably drink his way out of it, but hopefully we'll see him tonight. But other than that, let's do the rundown here, Brown. 1 fast repair, 80% fuel, 3 sets of tires. That's interesting. 18 incident points, you'll get a penalty. 25 incident points, you'll be disqualified. And here's the problem: 118 degrees on the track, super hot.
Woo, that is cooking weather out there as we take a look at tonight's race info. Somewhat partly cloudy sky, so hopefully that's going to at least keep the track temp down a little bit. But like you said, 118, goodness gracious, that is absolutely toasty down there. But otherwise, no rain in the forecast, so these drivers are free and clear. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. And it's going to be a task only Hercules can complete, and it's you got to keep it steady. These cars are going to want to kind of drift up the track in the corners and bobble around all over the place inside of this draft. You're going to have to keep that car on a steady line here tonight.
Yeah, you don't have a choice here.
Yep. And looks like that is it. So everything.
All right, hit the button. Oh, my bad. I'm already having technical issues. Yeah, Brown, you're right. Let's get this thing cranked up. I'm too busy reading all the comments out there. They're having a good time out there.
Yeah, we're happy you guys are all on out there, and happy to have you all aboard. But let's go ahead and tell everybody out here where their favorite driver is going to end up starting here tonight. Getting us started off is going to be the 315 of Zach Millett, picking up that pole position. 78 of Brian Boyd, having a pretty good qualifying run here as well. Going to start there in second. Third will be the 5 of Anthony Williams with the Gambler, Paul Ferdiani. He's always ready to roll dice down there in Waco. Driving that 33 machine to a 4th place start. You got the 66 of Drew Blaze. Looked like he was going to have a pretty good race and possibly a win last night over there at Auto Club. Well, he rejoins us once again here tonight, racing in the 66 machine, starting in 5th. 6th will be the 27 of Gavin Ray. You got the 71 of Blaine Woodruff, having a pretty good starting spot up inside that top 10 as well, starting in 7th. 8th will be the Mac Daddy, Mr. Mark Collins, driving for the 45 machine here tonight. The 3 of Chris Meath Jr. starting up there inside that top 10 tonight as well in 9th, with PJ Cox in the 05 getting things started here in 10th.
Yeah, the number 1, Derek Welch, he'll start 11th. Number 2, I don't know if that's correct, starts Scott Milner starts 12th. Numbers sometimes are confusing here, so we'll see if Scott's the number 2 tonight. Usually I think he's the 31. Regardless, number 8, Dylan Bryant, he'll start 13th. 88, Mike Adamson, he'll start 14th. 22, Chuck Kiger, 15th. Chris Klein in the 51, 16th. Tristan Cotton in the number 7 car, 17th. Justin Johnson, the 10, the Roman numeral, Mr. Roman numeral, starts 18th. Nick Biddy in the 32, 19th. And the number 6 of Joe David is 20th. Do we have an English sighting?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Are you
Whoa,
here?
can you pick it up at 21? We need to get you to
No,
work.
I'm not in Irish.
Oh, well, then I'll pick it up at
damn.
21 then. Jeff Ottinger in the 76 machine starting in 21st. Skylar Herod having a pretty good starting spot there, 22nd. Joe Hoggard kind of going to be mired here in the middle of the field starting in 23rd. Stephen Wood there in 24th. 25th will be Kevin Delia. Timothy Stubblefield to his outside there in 26th. 27th will be Jonathan Hammond. You got Tate Cawthorn back there in 28th. 29th, AJ Evangelista. And rounding out your top 30, going to be Dana Shepard.
Yeah, Russ Kilgore, it says he's number 4. 31st, Sean Walton, 23 car, starts 32nd. And I do believe double nickel, Tom Barish is our race control tonight. He's showing us a 999 here. Everything gets crazy on Monday nights.
It does. As looks like Chris Goins will be starting here from the pits this evening, but that will be your field as we round on out of turns 3 and 4 with that 315 and the 78, getting everybody all lined on up, stacked on up, side by side, getting ready to rumble here as we take to the green flag for the first time here tonight at Atlanta. Side by side, they're going to try to get things all fired on up. That 315 of Millet, though, he's out like a rocket, breaking free and clear pretty on quick here. The 5 of Anthony Williams down on that bottom side, trying to pick up a little bit of draft and close up that difference. You got that 66 of Drew Blaze down there, trying to give him a little bit of a help out here as well. You can see some side by side here with the 71 as well as the 78. Having some good side-by-side action as well. Things kind of single filing out-ish. You also got that, too, of Scott Milner kind of trailing this little lead group going around. You also got Chuck Kiger in the 22 machine as big wreck happening.
Now they're still
Chris
going.
Klein in that one.
Yeah, Klein got. You got turned and learned early.
Looks like it. Still no yellow flag, so guess we're gonna race it out.
Apparently so.
Yes.
Well, I'm not seeing too much damage out there.
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
paid below the racing service, so no need for a yellow. Even though
Well-
some guys are begging for one right now.
Klein came back up on the racing service, and I swore that was going to cause caution. It did not.
But because there's nobody coming, probably.
Well, you just got here. Do you even know what's happening? We're in a race right now.
Kinda.
The double file up front, Brown. They're getting racy here. Let's see what happens with them.
Oh, absolutely. It's the 33, Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, trying to work his magic on that outside lane and trying to keep it clean, as well as that 71 of Blaine Woodruff in the simple green car here tonight. He's running right behind that 33, trying to give him that little bit of an extra push. You can kind of see how much of this track has now transitioned into a plate track. Thank you for the bless you there, Earl. That was a good sneeze. I tried to mute the mic in time, didn't quite make it.
Doesn't always work. English, are you able to keep up with the YouTube? They got all kinds
there.
of comments out
I've
there. They
got-
were looking for you. I had a
I
Albert
have
was
YouTube
putting out a
open.
APB for you, and we had a whole bunch
Yeah.
of fun comments.
I was getting a really cool tour of a brewery that's down the road, and they have a lot cooler setup than we did. So
Oh, like you don't
Just
spend
ask
enough
them.
time in a brewery. You had to spend more time in a brewery.
I had to see this other person's awesome brewery. So
Okay. Well, we're
eh,
racing,
You would have enjoyed it.
I'm sure. Whoa, bumped, Brown. What
Oh,
happened?
we
Big
got
jump.
wrecking going down into
Oh,
turns
Lord.
1 and 2. This one's going to be a little bit more of a big one, and that yellow flag will come out for it.
That was a 78.
78,
got
yeah.
turned, yeah. Nick Biddy lost a fender. The Harbor Freight cars are got a crazy model, damage model going now.
Brian Boyd was in third when all that occurred, and yeah, that didn't work out well for him.
45 came down on a 78. Pretty harsh.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah. Now tough impacts there all around. Fortunately, really nobody hitting like the outside wall or anything like that too hard. Again, this track known for absolutely grabbing cars and ripping them apart against those walls, but tonight so far a couple of incidences early, but for the most part everybody able to at least somewhat survive it.
Well, look at Nick Biddy in the 32. He hit the wall pretty hard and lost a front fender, which is, it looks cool. I mean, iRacing's done a good job changing the damage model.
Did he?
But yeah, he's.
Did he use a fast
having a
repair
hard
to get it all fixed up? Because I don't see.
Oh, yes, he went in and got it fixed. I was watching the replay there. You could see it when he hits the wall. It comes loose. I believe he did fix everything. One fast repair tonight, so he used it up. Oh, Dr. Shaka Lulu, which I love the name. He says, do we have the music going or is it just me? It's probably us.
It depends on when he wrote that. That's the that's the question.
It was going.
Depends on what the delay is. It's
I got you.
Yeah,
we have all kinds of technical issues. Brown can only do so much. Me and English don't help him at all. So
Nah, we're stupid.
we're pretty much slow the whole process down. But we appreciate y'all telling us when things happen because we can't keep track of it all. What did you say? We're stupid. I didn't say that.
Well, I said that. I guess I'm speaking for myself.
No, you're not. You have self-worth. We're going to work on that tonight. You're a valuable part of the team.
To answer your question there, Derek Donna, it is the 44 here this evening. However, he did change up that paint scheme a little bit. He's actually running a kind of a red, black, and white with the numbers painted all different colors on that car as well, with some red and some white, but racing the 44 machine. Looks like he's dropping on down into pit lane, topping up on that fuel one more time.
Land track is freaking awesome, man. I love the new repave of it. We were all kind of on the fence about it when they first came out and said what they were going to do, but I think it's really neat what they did with this track. I think it's made it a lot more fun to watch.
I do too. I think it's a super speedway that was unexpected.
Sure.
And now we get to partake in it. We've seen a lot of cool races here throughout our broadcasting career. I mean, how long have we been doing this? It almost feels like one giant lap.
A couple of years, I guess, huh? 2 years, 3 years? I don't know.
What time and when am I vested? When is the pension? What time do I get a pension? When are we vested?
More time in.
Okay. Well, just let me know.
We're not sure that we know if you're going to be sticking around for the long haul or not.
Let's try.
Vested.
And that indeed, as we get everybody all stacked back on up, getting ready to go back to some green flag racing here, 2x2, side by side. As the pace car dives on down into pit lane, into that Geico restart zone, and away we go here once again from Atlanta. 120 total laps, so this one's going to be going on for just a little while. Got the 2 machine finding some speed down there on that bottom line, now sneaking up alongside that 71 of Blaine Woodruff, going side by side. Looks like the field's trying to maintain a little bit closer pack here this go around. I know we had a little bit of a separation there at the get-go when the original green flag dropped, but these drivers trying their best here to keep everything all neat and tidy. You got the 88 of Mike Adamson, last night's race winner, racing the Miami Dolphins paint scheme here tonight. Well, man, he's not going to win anything with that.
If it was 1972, maybe.
He would win them all in. Oh, my.
Florida man. Better than the Jacksonville, you know.
Well, come on now. There's some diehard Jackson.
There's nothing
Joe
else
Bennett.
to do there.
Joe Bennett would argue otherwise. I'm sure there's lots of stuff to do in Jackson.
I don't know. I've never been there.
They have
I like to
an
make
ocean.
fun of everybody's. That's
Oh,
what
do
I do, you know.
Yeah.
We just make fun of everywhere.
As we take a ride here with the 53 Kevin Delia, you can really see how much these cars are actually moving around here at this track and how much that key of the race of trying to keep it steady actually comes into play here. You can see everybody kind of bobbing and weaving, especially Adam going into that quad oval. It seems like, you know, the track width doesn't actually change, but for whatever reason, how sharp those angles are in the quad oval right near where the start finish line is, things really start to tighten on up.
Yeah, what's interesting is it's like an optical illusion when you're in the cockpit. And as tires wear, it becomes a huge issue. It does feel like it narrows down on you right there. You have to be very cognizant of who's around you, because it'll kind of feel like it'll throw you into that wall on the front stretch if you're not careful. Very good point.
And that indeed, as it looks like the leaders are kind of single filing themselves out here a little bit. The 71 staying in line here with that 33 of Ferdiani, then followed by the 27 of Gavin Ray, 76 Jeff Ottinger, 48 Skylar Herod there as well. Whole bunch of other drivers sitting inside this top 10. How about that 92's Timothy Stubblefield having a great race and great run last night, trying to have that same effect here this evening, trying to figure out a way to figure out a run on that bottom side. He does have some help from that 48 in front of him of Skylar Herod, but he's got the 32 at Nick Biddy parked to his outside. 5 of Anthony Williams kind of fighting for it here as well, kind of leading this secondary pack. 22 at Chuck Kiger trying to get a good run here this evening. He's got a pretty good driver there on his backside in the 64 of Joe Hogger, Drew Blaze, Jonathan Hammond, Scott Milner, Mark Collins, Stephen Wood out there all as well. So everybody fighting for whatever positions that they can. Looks like
Jessica Stubblefield says that Tim needs a Tennessee Titans paint on that 92. What do you think?
Why
about
would
that,
he
Adam?
want something like that?
He's from
Why?
there.
It's stolen
Tennessee.
valor, NFL valor. That's the Houston Oilers all day, every day. They stole that team. If
No,
you want to
you
run a
just need
Houston
to-
Oilers paint scheme, feel free to do that. But
Accept
you have
it.
to
Accept it. You have
claim
to.
it's the Houston Oilers. There's no such thing as the Tennessee Titans. Make believe.
Yeah, there's such thing as Titans.
No, they're not. That's a make believe thing. Oh, here they go. They're already trying to get me riled up on a Monday. I've been off work for a week and a half. I'm having a little vacation. Oh, somebody's in the wall. 3rd to 28 got sent down low. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen there.
Chris Goins having a little bit of an issue there and trying to regather up and regroup, trying to jump back on with the speed there. You can also see Dylan Bryant kind of in the background as well. Currently your last car out there in 33rd. Joe David been having a pretty good fight out here with the 78 of Boyd and the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. As for the most part, that front field's all strung out single file. It's really this kind of secondary pack and on back that's been really side by side and pretty racy. 92 Stubblefield still side by side with the 5 of Williams right now, but for the most part, it's just kind of one spot here, one spot there, tucked back in a line, and that's how these drivers are going to have to move up here tonight.
Albert Anderson's right. Warren Moon was the man way back in the day.
You dang right he was.
Yeah, he was.
He worked his way in the NFL by playing in the Canadian Football League. I don't know if you remember that. I think he played at Washington University.
Vincent
was a heck
Short.
of a player. What's he doing?
Yeah, he said, "Good luck tonight, fellas. Duty called, unfortunately, so he had to go serve his community. Was not able to race with us tonight, but he will be back at a later time." Michael Skelton says, "Hell yeah, Gavin! Solid job going from 10th to 3rd. That is not easy in this kind of a competitive league here. But Gavin Ray in the 27 making it happen out there."
Sun's beating down on the track. A little cloud cover, then it gets sunny. It's gonna get real interesting as they lose a little bit more tire wear here. Still 109 on the track, so pretty brutal.
And that it is. I mean, the clouds are definitely helping here, Adam, and that's one of the great things that, iRacing added is these track transitions and dynamic track values and all that to make it a little bit more of a real life experience. I mean, because you will go and watch a real life NASCAR race, you could get a cloud sitting over above, like say turns 3 and 4 at Charlotte. That changes that track a lot. Next thing you know, you're going to see these drivers have a whole bunch of other issues in terms of 3 and 4 because of the added grip levels.
It's Short pulling for Millet out there saying, "Come on, Zach the Hack." I mean, do you really want a nickname like that, the Hack? I mean, people are going to start accusing you of cheating or something, right?
Well, I don't mind it. I like the nicknames. Sometimes we haven't given anybody a good nickname in a while.
No, it's been ages.
We need to start working on that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they kind of give it to themselves. We just kind of figure
not
it
all
out.
of them. Not all of them. Well, I've come up with a few. I'm gonna work on that. My new
Sure.
summertime resolution.
Oh, you're
Some
only
people-
about 15
yeah.
minutes late for that shirt there, buddy.
Sorry.
What do you do?
He said sure, but we'd already covered that.
Oh yeah, you did that already. Too late. You don't know what's going on. You're just going to gallivanting all over Louisiana, checking out every brewery in town.
Well,
It's
no,
been-
just one down the street. I mean, it's not like I was gone all day doing this. And I brought my wife Whataburger home, so points for that.
Oh, nice. Whataburger? What'd you get? Patty melt, or you get the number
I
one
did.
with cheese?
She got a number 1. I got the
Oh, get the number one with cheese, just the way it comes. That's America right there.
She likes mayonnaise though, so
Yeah, I like their mustard.
yeah, we have to modify it a little bit.
And 7 to Tristan Cotton working his magic on that outside lane, trying to sneak around the 64 Joe Hoggard right now.
120 laps tonight, huh, boys?
Yeah, 120, and we're already almost to lap 30 of it. Man, that 92 machine's scraping that outside wall a good chunk.
Almost a quarter of the way through with this deal.
Good
A little bit
long,
smaller car count tonight.
yeah, good long green flag run here this evening, which is what these drivers really wanted to kind of try to set the tone just a little bit here as we jump on into the gyro camera here, and along with the gyro camera, we got the driver camera of the 32 and Nick Biddy.
Nice. I love all the camera angles and stuff you have, and we can see the guys driving, and
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's magic. It's the magic of television.
Chuck Kiger out there as well. He's kind of got like a POV style right above his head on his seat. Now let's see here. I'm trying to read a whole bunch of names, a whole bunch of really quick here. Got also 48 of Skylar Herod out here as well, joining us with the driver cam, all loaded up in his sim rig. Kind of tucked into line right behind that 53 of Kevin Delia, and then of course Timothy Stubblefield out there driving around with
Crazy. All the
Yes.
different angles.
well,
Look at the gyro angle is crazy because you can see how hard the place
I
banks.
thought it was Euro.
No, that's
Oh, is
that's
that
when
the
you're
same?
trying to eat the Greek sandwich.
Gyro, Euro,
Gyro, whatever. It doesn't matter.
well, I don't know why Stubbs wasn't showing up on that. It's showing up on. Oh, I think there was some latency going on there. I think that's. Either way, still running good here. Lap 32 out of 120. Most of these drivers, it's about a split 50-50. A lot of drivers coming in that last caution on lap 7. And looks like for the most part either taking fuel or getting some damage fixed and whatnot. But how far do you think these guys are going to run here, Adam? They're probably starting to question and wonder how much fuel they actually have left.
80% fuel. I'm gonna guess. There's only 3 sets of tires, so we're gonna split this into 2 pit stops. Would be, and I have my mathematician right here. English. What is that? 40? Not lap 40.
Sure. That's what I'm going to go with.
If you just do the math, the simple math. But I'm sure the guys up front will run a little bit longer. But I'm thinking 40, 45 maybe. We'll see. I'm also an idiot, so who knows?
But for the most part, things staying pretty calm here. A little bit of 2 wide action still left going on out here. You got 3 Chris Muth Jr. going alongside the looks like the 51 of Chris Klein, kind of here in one of these secondary packs. But otherwise, things are pretty much single filed out. Everybody's staying calm, and I don't want to use the B word, but things are just putzing along.
Yeah, there's nothing really happening out there besides
No.
a lot of single file nose to tail action. And
I'll tell you, you want to know where something can happen?
yes,
We got a quick second. I have a
yes,
AAA has picked up their own sponsor. We'd like to pick him up on other sponsors. GC Cruise Travel. Check out GC Cruise Travel. You want to go on a cruise? You want to go anywhere in the world? It doesn't have to be
No.
on a cruise. Hit him up on Facebook.com/GC Cruise Travel. He can get you some wicked deals on some cruises.
So what
and
does that mean? Like half price, or
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the guy's amazing. He does all
how-
this stuff.
how much does it cost to ride on one of them big boats now?
Well, you're gonna have to contact GC Cruise Travel on the
I'm
Facebook
not gonna
machine.
call nobody.
This is our sponsor. What are you talking about? That's not very. Man, now we probably don't even have a sponsor anymore. Thanks. Brown.
I missed the memo about the new sponsor. I'm sorry.
Well, because you weren't here, you were too busy gallivanting all over the
Oh my goodness!
breweries. Oh,
You guys
my
need
goodness.
to just I can lay off.
Wow.
Good
Anyway, there's a lot going on the YouTube. What's happening out there? English? Can you do that?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Michael Skelton was cheering on his buddy Gavin Ray. Vincent Short says, he was pulling for Zach the Hack, as we've already heard. Earl Evans said that he's bad luck in the not sponsored machine out there tonight. What else? Michael Skelton says, just because it was a long off season, it's wire to wire, correct? No stage breaks or anything, right? Yeah, I don't
That is
think
correct.
stage breaks-
No stage breaks or
no
anything
stage
like that.
breaks at all. Tracy Cotton pulling for the Trister out there again, who's in a different number car. He's in the 7 tonight, is that correct? Tristan Cotton in the 7?
Yes, he is.
And then Lahoma Randall says, "Hi, Mr. Boyd. This booze mom. Thank you for stickier and involving my little man." Means so much. Bless you and bless you. You got an awesome sister.
Yeah, I think these people know each other.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I love having all these
Sorry if
people
I didn't-
interacting.
Didn't read it as they intended to type it.
Well, you're not good at reading, so.
I'm not. I'm terrible at reading.
Do you have your cheaters on?
Actually, I don't.
I do. I have to wear them all the time now.
I think I read it right though. I think it was
No,
just, you
yeah.
know, just not typed like I would say it. But hey. Yeah, how about this? Got all these cars in one line around Atlanta. The weather's beautiful. Yeah, we got a long
Yeah.
ways to go here.
If you went to Atlanta,
Yeah.
what would you like to see?
The Coca-Cola plant.
I knew it. That's what I was thinking
Well,
too.
I mean, that's.
I've been there before. I drove through there.
I've already seen the airport.
Yeah, that's a
Pretty much.
got into like a domestic disturbance at the airport right there, or Hartsfield, I think it is.
Yeah.
Probably got detained by security and everything. It's wonderful.
Speaking of air travel, you see there was a plane today that got diverted due to an electrical problem, which that in itself is no big deal. That happens hundreds of times a day. You know, with airplanes, everything's fine with that. But one of the emergency rafts got deployed in the plane, not by any person. It just had a little malfunction and started blowing up in the plane.
The raft?
Yeah, it was still on the ground. It wasn't flying or nothing. But
Oh, okay. But the people were freaking out. Thought they were getting attacked. Well, Albert Anderson's. The America's Driver's got to ruin my day. See what rumor he said he heard? George Soros is going to start a NASCAR team? Oh, God. No, he would never. He would never have gasoline in anything because he's a saint, you know. He only wants what's best for everyone. I guess we lost English.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Talk about Soros and all that crap.
yeah, it kind of just angers you, you know. Guy who single-handedly is helping ruin the United States of America. Con job. That's what happens when you have a lot of money.
Yeah. These guys are riding around out here still.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Ferniani, great job out there riding in the front. Blaine Woodruff in the 71.
yep, they're doing
Fine.
having a solid run here. Lap 47. So Turner already wrong, but that's never new here. As it looks like starting to get
Yes.
some side by side, maybe starting to fire up here once again with the 13 of Hammond making a little bit of a charge here on the 64 of Hoggard. I think with pit stops looming, I think some people are really starting to kind of get into the whole race mode here again.
God, I hope
Good.
so. Hope something happens soon.
Yeah, I know. They're just running around like they're actually behaving. I mean, I've seen better action on the Katy Freeway with the pistols hanging out the window and everything. Let's get to fighting here, guys. You just quit running around here.
Starting to get some side-by-side action here. in
Yeah, a
the-
little bit.
near the
The
back.
first part of the race was fairly interesting when they
Yeah.
were stacked up, but it has kind of died out a little bit, all the luster.
Well, I don't want to see a wreck fest, but I want to see something other than, nose to tail all the way around the track.
Sure. Oh,
Sure.
that wasn't in the Canadian voice. That was just a sure.
You did it.
All right. Now, Stubblefield's back here with some action. 4 to 7, 92.
Let's go. 315 is Zach Millett, who started this thing up at the front. He did come on down during that lap 7 caution and took on some fuel and maybe some damage. Don't know how he got damaged, but it looks like he got some repairs down there as well. But Russ Kilgore inside of the mix here as well, and that 4 machine is that bottom line starting to slowly inch its way on up with some help from that 48 of Skylar Harrod.
Yep. They're coming around the front of the track here, the famous quad oval here at Atlanta.
Why don't you tell the folks at home why it's famous?
It's famous because they left it. They left the quad oval there even after they did the reconfiguration of this track, and it mimics a lot of. Oh, we got a pile up here!
Oh my goodness!
Wreck. Coming out of turn 4, big wreck.
And just when we thought things were all settled on in, huge wreck bringing out the second caution flag here of the evening. That one took out quite a few people. The 48 is absolutely destroyed.
Had a couple of cars wrecking onto the pit lane.
Gavin Ray claims something. I'm not quite sure what it was. Well, he was in the mix of it. He slowed down for the guys pitting, and he just got hit from behind. Look at Herod.
Man, he got sent through the tumble dryer out there. 92 getting snagged up. 13 as well.
Man, I heard some anger out there on the radio. I was trying to decipher it.
Maybe
I
a
think
little bit.
I think it's frustration more than anything. Well, we're chugging along there, English, and then you caused the accident by wishing it. You know, you
I didn't wish
basically
the accident.
wished all that pain on these drivers. How do you feel about yourself?
I feel pretty great. I mean, I wasn't behind the wheel of any of these machines.
It is nice to not get angry about it, you know. Just watch other people get upset.
Sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's kind of fun.
So it looks like pretty
We've
much
all been there.
everybody in the field jumping on down into pit lane, except for Chris Muth, PJ Cox, Stubbs, and Dana Shepard electing to stay on out here. Don't know if that might have been some miscommunicados going on.
No.
Well, no. Here they come now. Coming on in. Gonna leave, looks like Derek Welch in the one machine. He's gonna be taking over the lead here.
All right, so round lap 52, 53, we're going to have our pit stops. So you have that going on. Got enough fuel to get us to 53. Wonder how much more they had in there.
7.
Oh my goodness. I think we need to have an intervention with you.
Invention?
Intervention.
Like the train was a good invention back 150,000 years ago.
Wasn't that long ago.
Back to you, Turner.
I don't even know what to say right now. They're double file. I love all the paint schemes we have tonight. Number 7, Tristan Kahn's got a cool one. So does the number 2 with the Wrangler. Scott Milner, he's number 2. He really is number 2 tonight, which is normally he's a 31.
Guys out there on the radio tonight, Turner, are not real happy about how this race has turned out, but looks like we're about to go back racing as the pace car ducks back down on the pit lane.
That indeed it is, as the 1 and the 76 machine get things all lit on up side by side here as I come back down across the line. Got the 66 Drew Blaze, 22 Chuck Geiger out there as well, tucking back down into line side by side. They rumble down through turns 1 and 2, retaining that kind of even Steven. Oh, some contact up at the front as they exchange some paint colors there. The 76 and the 1 machine. One's going to lose a little bit of some run due to that on that bottom side as the 76 machine takes control of the race lead here up at the very front. Scott Milner as well. He's side by side with some great action going on. Talking about him and that kind of very colorful paint scheme he's got going on down there. He's side by side with the 7 Tristan Cotton. You also got Delia up there. Same thing with Chris Klein and Nick Biddy all in line. Ooh, hard impact into the upper outside wall there. I think that was a 45. Mark Collins, Mac Daddy telling that wall who's really boss out there.
We got some lap traffic up here right ahead of the leaders here. Let's see if they can negotiate this without causing another issue here. Catching them quick.
And a plate track / not plate track that is very narrow and is really not meant for any 3-wide action. This 2x2 stuff is definitely gonna get pretty close, as Welch able to figure a way out back around to the front here in front of DW. How about that 22 of Chuck Geiger having a pretty good run here now, kind of leading that bottom lane as it's 2x2 behind DW.
This thing just runs like Daytona. So this, what it reminds me of is like if you're in Charlotte driving the street stock cars, and how it feels like a super speedway. It's super fun to drive.
You hold it wide open.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing here. And these Harbor Freight machines.
That's what I was getting at. The quad oval layout is a lot like Charlotte, and I think that's why they kind of kept the way that layout looks here at Atlanta when they did the repave. Here's that lap car up high.
He's trying his best to keep it on up here. That's the 71 machine of Blaine Woodruff trying to just stay out of the way, but at the same time, he's still got a race to run. I mean, he's not like a lot of laps down. He's only 1 lap down here.
True. He's going to follow back into line here and probably try to at least stay with the leaders here and better his chance of getting the lucky dog should we get another caution here.
Yeah, he is the only car on that lap, so he's at least he's at least able to he's got that lucky dog spot pretty much locked in as long as he doesn't get involved in any mayhem that could possibly ensue as the 2x2 action continues to rage on here.
Rage, Adam. Don't you like the rage?
I want to see I want to see the driver's rage. I don't really care about rage anymore. Somebody's going to get mad at some point. They're starting to get a little frisky out there on the track.
I'm already mad.
I know. What'd you come in here mad for? It's just interesting how
I'm just kidding.
you just showed up here late, napping on the job, and then you show up here running your mouth and causing all kinds of problems just saying 7.
Happens.
What was that all about? It does happen. That's why we love you here, English. The fans were really worried about you when you went missing earlier.
Yeah, well, it happened. Occupational hazard.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Come around the track again.
Yes, that's what they tend to do.
Oh, who's that down below?
I did not see
The
that.
white and red line there. Looks like they might be letting the whole field around. Oh, then they come back up in the track in front of somebody.
Oh, the 78. Oh, and that's going to snag up the 05 of PJ Cox.
Why did they do that? Yeah, I don't understand what the hell happened there.
Did not see that. But I got a good play-by-play from you. Can't wait to see the replay, kind of see what caused all that.
Car get down on the apron and then they shot back up on the track. And
It'll do that to you.
Right.
I mean, a super banked track like this, you really can't. Once you lose control of it, it's hard to gain it back.
It's definitely hard to tell exactly what was going on there. Of course, any time that there's, going down onto the apron, coming back up to the track, it's really the difficult part because you want to keep as much speed as possible. However, if you start getting caught up into a corner, man, you have to let off, and just kind of one of those things. As 71 does indeed get his lap back.
Hmm. '78. They're calling out on the 78. The 78 will get an EOL. So, Brian Boyd. Wonderful.
Kelleher just left us a message in the YouTube chat. He says, "Hey, if two vegans are fighting, is it still called a beef? Do these guys have a beef with each other?"
Vegans.
Yeah, if it's two vegans, is it still considered them having a beef?
It's probably considered a tofu.
I don't know.
So
That's a good question.
we should go out to San Francisco and poll the people, poll the community. Let me let us
That's
know.
all right.
Pass? Yeah, pass too.
Man, you guys aren't into it tonight.
I don't
Jeez.
know. I'm just.
I'm here. I just can't do anything
I-
without my partner.
I'm here. I'm just.
You're absent mentally. I don't know
there's-
if you're checked out. Are you going
trying
on
to
a big
find-
vacation? Just like I was mentioning vacations, you should check out GC Cruise Travel on Facebook. You need a little break. Your brain is like fried, man.
Yeah, probably.
Working too hard in that brewery. Do you get like do all those smells, they just make you intoxicated all day? The smell
Yeah.
of barley and
No.
corn and all the malted grains. How amazing would that be to be inside all that? Oh wait, you are there all the time.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find interesting things to say about this race. It's just that
Yeah, you're not
very
enjoying it,
difficult-
is what you're saying?
difficult today. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm just trying to find additional things to say. And
Well, they're saying plenty on the YouTube chat. Why don't you talk about that after the Brown gets this thing cranked back?
yeah, green flag.
Indeed, it is as we go back to side-by-side racing action here. Lap 67 out of 120, so we're just a little bit past that halfway mark. 1 and the 76 going right back to it. You can see there the 88 of Mike Adamson up there as well. So one machine, he's going to drift up to kind of take over that middle top side lane here, leaving the 88 some room to make a move, and he's going to absolutely take advantage of it. Same thing as the 7 of Tristan Cotton making that move down there at the bottom as well. The 48 of Skylar Herod joining them down there on that bottom line himself.
bottom line, it's tough. You're gonna really have to hold it like on rails down there.
Yep, and it is the shorter way around the track, so a lot of these drivers opting to use that bottom line. Although their right front tire may take a little bit of extra abuse.
Hey, Justin Johnson with his paint scheme. It's showing Miller Lite on my screen. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you got.
yeah.
Now.
The Miller
The number
Lite
X,
car.
the number X. I love that. I've never seen that in iRacing ever.
Sure. Yeah.
He is the X-Man.
X-Man.
Roman numeral X.
Eckies.
LSR Gaming Miller Lite Camaro. Running pretty well up there in the top 10 right now.
And he is doing some good side-by-side racing there with the 315 of Millet. You got the 64 Hoggard slowly moving his way back up through this field here as well.
Speaking of X, I saw this sign. It was outside a brewery. It says, "We have beer colder than your ex's heart," which I thought was pretty creative and cool. I liked it.
I do like that. I love creativity. You know?
Stephanie Marie is here pulling for Kiger in the 22 once again. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Yeah, a lot of laps to go still here. About 50-ish. About 50 laps to go here.
Oh, you're good at math.
No, not really.
You're a resident mathematician here at AAA Broadcasting.
I'm the resident handicapped fella that
No.
you'll just keep around. No, it's okay.
No, it's challenged. We don't use that other word anymore. We were talking about Jacksonville earlier. Remember that time I made some comments about Jacksonville and almost got suspended from a league?
Yeah.
That was about Jacksonville. It was something about Florida man versus Canada man, and it got a little
Oh,
Western.
about the
Well, I don't want to talk about what it was about, but I almost got in trouble. I've toned it down since my early days of broadcasting. I think Brown's happy with it. Some of the stuff
Sure.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't talk as crazy as I used to. I've been muzzled, you know.
Less so in the NTRL.
No, they don't care. I just
Yeah, he doesn't.
Right
just
around
trying to
here
have some
with
fun.
005 AJ Evangelista, part of that GDS race team.
Derek lets you do your art.
Yes, I do have a form of art. It's an expressionism. I like my expression.
All right. Expressionist? You're an expressionist or exhibitionist? Or what's
Oh no, expressionist.
I thought it was exhibition.
No, that's something else.
What is
Yeah,
that?
that doesn't apply to me. That's
What does that
somebody
mean?
like that lives in a nudist camp in the valley or something, man. No,
Oh, well, we don't need all that. No.
totally different.
Okay. Angry Tacos Network joining us once again, pulling for the 005 of AJ Evangelista. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. If you like what you see tonight, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost to 400 subscribers. How cool would it be if we hit that tonight? 400. That's a big number. For us, anyway. You know,
We're gonna get to 4?
we're small time. You know, we just
Yeah,
do a few races a week.
Grassroots guys is all we're doing. We're trying to spread the word about iRacing and
We're just trying to make some beer money. That's all we're.
yeah, that, and we enjoy doing it. We have the good camaraderie with our special.
With our comrades.
No, whoa.
What? You're my
I don't
comrade,
do
right?
No, we're not comrades. This isn't China. This isn't Russia. We're not a bunch of communists. I don't have any comrades. I got buddies.
Sorry
I got
about
friends.
that, comrade.
Oh man.
Triggered.
Ooh.
Take a deep breath. It'll be all right.
Try to.
Well, Derek Welch continues to lead the field out here. For somebody who hates super speedway racing as much as he does, he's pretty damn good at it. And he's leading Jeff Ottinger and Tristan Cotton around here. That's 1, 2, 3.
And that indeed it is. Still got some side by side here. You got the 51 Chris Klein, Zach Millett still side by side. But I mean, Nick Biddy, 88 and Mike Adamson, they're side by side. They've been maintaining a good side by side race. 6 of Joe David out here doing some good side by side. Chris Goins, who even started from the pits here tonight, he's still on this lead lap up in 16th right now.
Caitlin Carosella, I hope I'm saying that right. Saying the boys say go Grampy. Let's go Shepherd Racing. So Shepherd Racing, you've got some the grandkids are out there cheering for you.
Yeah, it's Dana Shepherd in the 44.
Yes, indeed.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh, big checkup through this field as we're riding around here with the 13, Jonathan Hammond. Ooh, all these drivers being kept up on their toes while they're too wide here.
My grandkids aren't old enough to know anything about watching me on iRacing just yet. They're only 1 and 2.
Well,
you gotta train them early.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have them stare at the TV so you don't have to do anything with them.
They barely know how to eat and breathe and drink water and stuff.
Just
like
give
that.
them some like utensils with some kind of food and just tell them to watch the screen.
Skills.
Hey, watch the screen, kids. This is what you're going to see Gramps do. He's going to broadcast a race. Pay attention.
They won't pay attention to more than 13 seconds of it. We all know that.
Well,
Dana Shepherd's grandkids are actually, they seem like they're a little bit more focused, I think.
Well, they're watching.
They're having lots of fun watching their grandpa out there. Derek Donna says, you ain't got to know how to eat to turn a wheel.
True.
That's so much truth in that.
Yeah, iRacing brings together all kinds of generations. Old, young, babies, everybody.
Old people like us.
Yeah, I said old.
Senior citizens like us and Dana Shepherd. And
well, the oldest man in iRacing, we hadn't seen
3
him in a
wide
while.
right here.
Ooh,
Oh,
Richard
Derek Welch in the middle. Oh, goodness. 3 wide at Atlanta is tight, dude.
Ooh, it's getting tighter. 315 Millet down on the bottom. The 88 of Adamson up high. Oh, like the meat in the sandwich. Oh, man. You could just see there from Millet. He just saw it coming. He's just like, nope.
Had a little contact with the one, I think, there, Alan. I'm not sure.
It's totally... I would not be surprised, Alan.
Well,
that was pretty tight.
It totally looks like super speedway racing now. It is not singled out. Right in the mid pack, we're still too wide almost all the way. Up front, looks like they're single filing out a little bit, but they'll reshape, reform, do their thing, and start getting really after it here at the tail end of this race. Oh God! Here we go.
Man.
I'm gonna buy you a trip to Elsinore Castle.
Ginger Parent says, racing sounds were my kids' lullaby. Shepherd Racing bringing the family together since 1991. I tell you what, that's probably back in the Papyrus days. I know I was racing in the late 90s on a really, really cheap steering wheel and stuff.
That's the early 90s. 91, that's not the late 90s.
No, I'm just saying that's when I got involved in it, was the late 90s.
Oh, early 90s. I was in
Shepherd been involved in racing since 91. That was probably real life racing.
Yeah, I was in my parents' liquor cabinet right around then. Doing things I shouldn't be doing. It was such a more simple time, though. We didn't have all these terrible things going on. And we didn't have internet, so we didn't care if there was something bad going on. We just did our own thing, you know?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend break up with me over an answering machine. And I'm like, all right, well, that's that. And I went and got some Jack Daniels out of my parents' liquor cabinet.
Over an answering machine?
Yeah, she broke up with me on an answering machine.
Oh, she did it on the answering machine.
Yeah, so I was like,
Oh, that's
all right.
pretty awesome.
So I went and drank some Jack Daniels, and I put water back in it.
Everybody did that. That never worked, you know. They figured that out.
So vodka, it would work a lot better. Jack Daniels, you could definitely tell it was.
Well, when they go to drink it,
I'm not
they kinda know.
endorsing.
No, this is just we're talking about things kids do. You know, back in the day, kids today would never do that. They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. They're not built the same.
This is taking a turn.
I tell you what, it's taken a turn for the best. Double file all the way up front
Oh,
there
yeah.
for the first 10 rows or so, Brown. What do you think?
Man, it's just some good racing that we got going on. Indeed, Biddy out in front. The one of DW still hanging around out there, but side by side, pretty much the rest of the way through this main field, even back here down through 20th, they're side by side having some good battles there. You can see the 33 Paul Ferdiani. He's trying to manage his way and get into a spot where he can become a lucky dog candidate. He's a couple laps away from that. But meanwhile here you got the 23 Sean Walton in the kind of middle of this main pack, just outside of the top 10 right now. Saying, I'm loving it in that McDonald's car.
I could use some nuggets about that.
The McDonald's car is cool. I like
It
that.
is. Ginger Parent says that Dana's first race was a quarter-mile track. It was a 100-lap enduro race.
Mm,
Those are so much fun to watch.
they are
man.
cool. They're so fun.
Very, very cool. Stacked up here. Eric Donna says, always love the trips to Manda. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Manandoc? Growing up, I need to get my
Manadnock.
stuff set up.
Oh,
side by
see,
side with
so
the
I know
band.
this one because this is up by me.
Oh, okay.
That is Monadnock.
Monadnock.
Monadnock?
Yes.
That sounds like
There's like the vowels are in the wrong place or something up there.
Monadnock.
Well, that's our
Monadnock.
Native American heritage.
Oh. I guess so. Just hadn't heard all that. I got Native American stuff going on around here. It's just a different thing.
Yeah,
The Plains Indians were a little different
Yeah.
people. Didn't really
You're
use any
our
words.
resident Native American.
That is true.
Ooh. Got one going down to the apron down below that yellow line, slipping back a few spots there.
Monadnock.
22, wasn't it?
Yeah, 22. That is Chuck Kiger, who was up at the front for a little bit there. Now he's stuck a few laps down.
Man, we're getting all kinds of
we're getting all the-
Monadnock.
Yeah, we're getting all the pronunciation instructions.
It's good. We need all the help
Hey,
we can.
they're good at spelling stuff out phonetically.
Yeah, they're educated people, unlike the broadcast team.
Sure. Yeah, I willingly admit that.
We're glad to have them. That's for sure.
Highest bank in a quarter-mile track, Ginger Parent says. I'd love to see that. I would love to see that track.
Oh, do they run those wheelings on that thing? Or is it
I
a
don't
dirt
know.
track?
I don't know if the Wheelins ever ran there.
They need to bring that track to iRacing.
What,
Yeah, there's a,
Monadnock?
Yeah.
yeah. Bring it in.
Why
Bring
not?
it in.
They got
I'll call Boston
I mean,
and have them bring it in.
they are up here. I mean, it's not like it's an impossible road trip.
Yeah, just go scan the track and put it in. Charge $10 and
I'd
make
buy it.
another mint.
Dude, I'd be right on top of that. Stafford, Riverside, Thompson. Yeah, man, Thompson is a freaking cool track. I like that one.
There's one that I won an iRacing race, my first iRacing win. It's very high banked. It's very short. I don't know what it was, but I was on the wheeling cars and always remembered how fun that track was. It's like almost like roller derby.
So much side-by-side action here. But too wide, you can do pretty easily here at Atlanta in the new configuration.
Oh, they're doing it too.
And that you can here with 23 laps to go, with most of this field pitting back on lap 52. But how about that 64 Joe Hoggard last pitting on lap 64? So me trying to do math, out of anybody that's close to making it, it's those guys that pitted on lap 64. Dylan Bryant and Zach Millett all came on down. Same thing with Sean Walton. But these guys that pitted back on lap 52, they're at least one stop away as we're going back to 3 wide racing here in the middle 7. Oh, 71 up against the outside fence, coming back down, squeezing the 7 down into the 1. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're going 4 wide. Oh, this is not going to work.
I didn't either. Yeah. You called it, Brown. Good eye on all that. That got electric.
And just like the real life, just like the real life Dolphins, Adamson probably needs to be checked for a concussion.
Yeah. Yeah, you could kind of feel that one building. They were starting to treat this thing like it was Talladega, when it's not quite as wide.
Well, so there goes that fuel thing I was talking about.
Yeah, I think.
Well, don't worry. It won't be the first fuel mistake we made tonight. I totally botched one.
Oh, no. I think that was Chuck Kiger who was just trying to make his way through the field, and Adamson was trying to get spun around. And that one did not go as planned for the 22 machine, unfortunately.
You gotta watch that black box and make sure there's not anybody coming up behind you. If you're gonna get
28 hit to 23 going into the pits. Accidental. 28 in Gones. Went in a little hot. I think the Harbor Freight cars took too much damage on that one.
Well, guys, this race is gonna finish strong. No matter what happens here, we're gonna have a double file restart.
That's going to get squirrely.
about-
I think we're going to see
15 to go.
a little bit more action here. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right thereabouts. But just quickly, we're going to step away for some quick words from some great sponsors here. And then when we come back, we got just under 20 laps left to go here at this fantastic race at Atlanta. As we come on back to the action here, going to be green flag laps with 17 left to go here, with the 17 up at the front, the 76 of Ottinger to his outside. Cawthorn last pitting on lap 64, so he has the disadvantage here, whether it be fuel or tires. But here we go. Green flag is out, and away we rumble down across the line, side by side, down into turns 1 and 2. Dylan Bryant up there, same thing with the 64 of Hoggard. Sean Walton, you got Nick Biddy, Zach Millett, DW as well, all marking their territory up here, up at the front. The 88 just coming out of the pits a little bit late as the field is starting to try to come around. He's going to dive on down to the apron, let everybody in the field go right on past.
Marking their territory like a bunch of tomcats.
Yeah, like my dog's out in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're doing out here. I wish the audience could have heard our conversation during the commercial break. That was entertaining.
And no one wants to hear that.
That was
Yeah, there's a lot of arguing going on. Me in English.
Meanwhile, a good run there from the 8 of Bryant, but then followed it up by the 32 of Biddy. Now here comes that 315 of Millett. So Lazy Susan starting to come into effect here up at the front. Everyone kind of cycling through the positions. You also got Chris Goins up there, and the 66 of Drew Blaze lurking in the background here, as well as the 2 wide action continues around. 13 Jonathan Herbert, 6 Joe David fighting for some top 15 spots. Oh, it's just in front of them. Looks like they've going 3 wide here again. Thankfully they were able to figure it out.
really close to scrubbing some paint there.
That's not the last of the 3 wide we're going to see. They're starting to feel the pressure. They're wanting to make moves. I think we're going to maybe see one more yellow flag by the end of this thing.
It's definitely
hoping for it.
It's definitely a possibility. 14 laps left to go here. Oh, up into the outside wall. It's 23 of Walton. Oh, just trying to keep it out of traffic's way here. Someone driving on down into the apron there just to avoid any tight 3 wide action.
He continues his run up front here. Dylan Bryan, of course, would love to get another win here. He won here. What was that? Friday night?
And he was, I think, wasn't he dominant last night? Just fell out of the race somehow or another.
Yeah, last night he just couldn't get there.
He's been having some good runs in that number 8.
Friday night's when he had that win. The number 8 Pepsi out front once again. Got a pretty decent pusher behind him in Derek Welch. I don't think Derek's interested in pushing him to a win. I think Derek would love to have one of his own here in that number 1 NTG machine.
Pretty sure he didn't like to place anywhere other than first.
Well, I mean, that's any race car driver.
Well, I mean, was always fine with the top 10, you know.
4 of Kilgore down on the apron trying to get back on up to speed.
Yeah, he got loose and then kind of slid up the track.
23 catching on up to him here. Maybe a little lovey-dovey bump draft going on there.
Trying to help him catch up to the field, maybe.
Anthony Williams in 7th spot. He's the number 5 is looking good. Nick Biddy Designs car.
5 is strong. He's running the high line. He's got a healthy gap in front of him.
It's got a cool paint on the back, like a license plate on that thing. It says Native, Oklahoma.
Oh, there you go. You know all about that.
Yeah, maybe he's native like me. Maybe we go
Sure.
talk about Native American stuff, you know?
There you go.
Always interesting.
Yeah,
Good
a little
American
bit about
history.
our banter during the commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly focused on the type of humor that military guys and first responder guys, which we all have been in that one of those roles at one time or another.
Sure.
It's still like kind of humor that we can't post during the race, but
No, we just yell at each other and call each other names and laugh about it.
we definitely enjoy it
It's all for fun.
off camera.
That's why I think we get along here, and
I
all
think
three of us have a. Brown's the stable one. We're both unstable, so it all works out. He's the leader of the circus ring.
A military guy, a hose dragger, and a law enforcement cat. So we'll let y'all figure out who is who there.
I'm confused.
Well, man, I think we just figured out who you were. Being confused. Oh, we got one turning 3 wide here.
Oh, they're on the wall though.
The X-Men. Justin Johnson getting stuck up into that outside wall.
Yeah, but he saved it.
Yeah,
I thought
both
he was
of them.
going around. Jeez, man.
That wall helped them. They just held it on there like professionals. Kept plugging along.
Albert Anderson joining us on the YouTube chat saying, let's go, Dylan. Bring that trophy back to All-Star Racing. Doing a great job out there leading this back around. He's not alone up there, though. I mean, if you're Derek Welch, are you really going to wreck a guy to take the win?
Oh, no, he's not.
We're
like that.
getting close to the finish here.
Hey,
We got
5 laps to go indeed. Dylan Bryan out in front, followed by the 1, the 66, the 315, 66. He's not going to wait around for some action here. Oh, but unfortunately, with no help on that bottom side, looks like that middle lane's just going to freight train him here.
A big checkup on the inside line. Oh, man.
Argued on the radio.
I love it.
Somebody was claiming people don't know how to drive on the radio, and I like to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, I love that too. Well, I mean, at some point, you're right, and at some point, oh no, 3 wide again. 13 in the middle here.
Ooh, it's getting close, and they're able to squeeze right on by here. 3 laps left to go. You can definitely feel that amplifier being cranked on up to 11. Everybody trying to pick up whatever spots that they can. But with that, it's a lot of... Go for it.
Auger wrecked.
Yeah.
He's on the grass.
Yeah, single car down into the grass, missing 3/4 of that front quarter panel there. So we're still going to be green flag here with 2 laps left to go. Here comes that 28 machine, Chris Goins. He does have a little bit of help there from that 66 ablaze. They're going to need to do a whole lot of work together here if either of those drivers wants a chance to pick up the win here. And look at that. There they go. It's going to be side by side as they enter into the quad oval. Will this be it? Yes, it will be. White flag is out and away we go. No more cautions here tonight. This is it with a huge run there by that 28 of Chris Goins. Again, remember, he started from the pits. He is up a crap ton of positions here as they break their way down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4, still being helped out by that 66 of Drew Blaze. Here comes that 27 of Gavin Ray as well as behind him, trying to make one final push, but it won't matter. It's gonna be the 28 of Goins picking up the win, followed by the 66 and the 27.
I thought this was Dylan Bryant's race to lose here.
I did too. These guys were sandbagging. But
Goodness.
they came around.
Goins, Blaze, Ray Cox, and Bryant takes 5th. Dead gum.
Oh. Up 32 spots. Chris Goins. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
but crediting Drew Blaze with some great pushing action there from the 66.
It really was. Ooh, that was a crazy finish. We didn't expect. I thought, like you thought, the number 8 was just going to run away with the thing, and he got up on the high side, and the low side was making moves.
Big time. Yeah, John Buckley, we're with you, man. Gavin up 21 spots in 21 laps, man. That's very impressive. Gavin Ray, the driver of the 27, finishing in third tonight. He will be one of our interviewees once they make it up to the podium channel.
Yeah, solid run indeed.
Little photo opportunity down here on the Legends Oval portion of the track. Otherwise known as the apron on the front stretch here. That is the Legends Oval, though. That's where they run
It is?
the little cars. Yes.
Oh. I didn't know if they still had that since they repaved it and whatnot.
Yeah, they do it here, Charlotte, Texas. A couple other of the big NASCAR tracks have a Legends Oval.
Those are very fun to drive in iRacing too, by the way. Those are really...
Oh yeah, it's a motorcycle engine.
Yeah.
That's like a 1,000cc motorcycle engine and a 5-speed sequential shift transmission.
But that's where you cut your teeth when you get into iRacing.
Oh yeah,
You kind of learn how to drive those things because...
you go from midgets to that to street stock and then late models, and next thing you know,
You're in the big time right
you're in
here.
the big time. That's right.
That
Big money.
indeed. Well, speaking about being in the big time, how about a pretty good weekend here for the 66 machine? Mr. Drew Blaze having a great run last night and another fantastic run here tonight for you here, Drew. I mean, I'm having a stroke. Hold on. Take it, English. Take it. I just blanked out.
It
Happens
happens.
for the best of us.
Man, great race out there tonight. We saw a lot of nose to tail action, a lot of single file. How important was pit strategy here on the final stretch for you to take second place?
It was very important, and I mean, it would have been even better if we would have went green there, because I was probably just good on fuel, and I knew most of the other guys weren't, but we got that caution there, and yeah, kind of just brought everybody back together, and everybody's gonna be good. So we're just racing it out, and I took 2 tires on the last pit stop, and it worked out very, very well for us. We gained a couple spots, not as many as we would have liked, but we're able to get back up there and cycle back to the front, and yeah, just hooked back up with Chris Cones there. He's a former teammate of mine. We've raced with each other a lot, and just tried to push him as much as I could, and we got a good run out of it.
Yeah, that was a heck of a run. We weren't expecting that. Was that some kind of decision y'all made? Y'all were on the low line there, and it looked like y'all just came out of nowhere there in the last couple laps.
Yeah, Chris is a good driver, and I know he can take the bumps that I give, and I'm very aggressive when I'm pushing, especially in the last couple laps here. And I was like, okay, it's what we got. I know the high side's been dominant all race, but I just pushed them almost all the way around the track, honestly, and it was working for us, and we got a pretty good lead out there, and I just stayed behind them there at the end, and was like, I'll let them have it, and I don't want to get freight trained or cause any issues behind us, so we'll take second.
Yeah, some great teamwork kind of being had out there for you guys. But, man, congratulations on a solid second place finish here tonight, Drew. Before we let you go, got any shout-outs or anything like that?
Yeah, just got to give a shout-out to Lone Star Racing, Garza Law Firm, the Dent Zones, Mike Fahey, Justin Johnson, Brian Romer, Chris and Millet there for the good run we had at the end, and yeah, thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and DW and the NTRL guys for putting on the league.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on a fantastic race weekend. We can't wait to see you guys back out here in action again next week there, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And with that, we move on down to the third place finisher here this evening. It's going to be the 27 machine of Mr. Gavin Ray, having a fantastic finish. You had a whole bunch of fans out there tonight, Gavin. I know Michael Skelton One of those guys. He's been cheering you on all race long. Same thing with John Buckley. Up 21 spots and 21 laps for that kind of final run you had going there for you, man. Congratulations, and kind of talk about your thoughts on what kind of moves you're making to get your way up through that field.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. That was, yeah, a very intense run there at the end, starting back in, I think, like 22nd or 24th or something like that for that final restart. To be honest with you, I got pretty lucky. You know, every time it seemed to change lanes, that seemed to be the lane that started taking off and going faster. So perfect timing, a little bit of luck, and just doing what I can to avoid any holdups and checkups and taking every run that I could get.
Well, that's one of the great things about plate track racing, restrictor plate racing, pack racing, whatever you want to call it, is being able to identify which line is making the good runs, and you were able to find that. So it's not all luck. It's being able to see what's going on the track there, and you definitely were able to figure it out tonight and finish in third. And that Camaro was damn fast out there tonight. You guys are going to Kansas next week. How do you feel about Kansas? I know we're looking forward to it.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the Kansas race next week. Really bummed about it. It is one of my favorite tracks out there, but as far as the rest of the season goes, I'll be here every single week, so gonna have to make up the points elsewhere this season.
Well, you made it count tonight. You got you some points. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
Yeah, I mean, John Buckley and Michael Skeleton there in the chat, like you guys already said. That whole Island Autosport team, we got a nice paint job out there. Camaro looked great today, felt great, and just all around really fun race for everybody on track.
Excellent, man. Well, great run here for that 27 machine of Mr. Gavin Ray. Congratulations. Go celebrate the podium here tonight, and can't wait to see you back in action when you come on back from missing a week.
All right, I appreciate it, guys.
And with that, we talk to the man of the hour, your hard charger of the race, because he started all the way back on pit road. Mr. Chris Goins picking up the race win in the 28 machine, man. Congratulations, Chris. That was a fantastic run that you had on out there.
I appreciate it, guys. It was, I can honestly say I just now caught my breath. So I'm glad you guys are interviewing me last. So.
Hey man, that's what happens when you're involved in such a close battle, and you got that adrenaline pumping. You do need a little bit of extra time to calm down and everything, but man, that Toyota Camry was fast all night tonight. Y'all did catch a little bit of luck up there. Dylan Bryant and a couple of the other front runners had some kind of issue. We didn't really see what happened there, but you guys were able to take advantage, and Chris, you're one heck of a race car driver in the 28 Camry. Definitely a deserved win out there tonight. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, if you ask me anything that happened that last 5 laps, I have no idea. I didn't even know it was the white flag lap until I came through and Drew ended up dropping off my back bumper. I was just holding on while he was shoving me, so I have no idea what happened. So.
Well, it looks like instincts kicked in, up 32 spots. That's crazy. Who would you like to give some thanks to?
Yeah, I want to thank my teammates over at Right Turn Racing. Those guys put in a lot of time, and we run a lot of oval together to learn. Thank Drew for sure. I couldn't have won this one without him pushing me there at the end. Longtime buddy. We've run many of these super speedway races together, so. I want to thank EDA, Eric Dodson Agency. I think this might be my first win with them on the car, so excited about that. Want to thank you guys for the broadcast over at AAA. You guys do a great job. I enjoy going back and watching these. A shout out to Zach Millett, who was in the Discord with me. We were trying to work a little bit together, but you can only go so far in a super speedway. But yeah, other than that, I'm excited to get away from super speedway and wherever we're going next week. I don't even know where it is. Hopefully it's not a super speedway.
Man, oh man, having a
Amen.
fantastic run indeed, man. Well, congratulations, Chris, your race winner here tonight at Atlanta. Go and celebrate it all week long here, buddy, and we'll see you guys back out here in action again next week.
I appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you then.
Oh man, well that done there does it there, fellas. Another solid race being had here in the NTRL Cup Series, and of course, as well as another pretty solid race. Had some really good long green flag runs here.
Yeah, a lot of green flag action. I think Kansas is going to be similar in that respect. I think we're going to see a lot of guys get spaced out, out there on the track and have a lot of single file action and some great strategies on pit road, whether it be tires or fuel. But yeah, man, Kansas is going to be a blast.
Yeah, I love Kansas. There's a casino right there at the track. It's a cool place.
Sure.
You know, hopefully English can be here on time next week.
Sorry about that.
We'll have some fun with it.
Yeah, that we will. So let's go ahead and do our official field rundown here. Tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight. 28, Chris Gomes, your hard charger of the race, up 32 spots to pick up the race win. And the 66 of Drew Blaze is finishing up there on that podium once again here this week in second, with the 27 of Gavin Ray with a fantastic drive had by him as well, finishing here tonight in third. Got the 05 PJ Cox having his way up through this field as well, finishing up there in fourth. The 8 of Dylan Bryant is going to be up 8 to finish there inside of that top 5. 48 Skylar Harrod having a solid run, up 16 spots here tonight as well, so a solid run to finish there in 6th. The 1 of DW, man, he was a sandwich in some of these 3 wides. The meat in the sandwich, I should say, kind of stuck in the middle, but he made it work for as best he could there and finished here in 7th. You got the 315 Zach Millett having a pretty solid run here tonight as well. He's going to drop down to 8th. 005 AJ Evangelista having a solid run here tonight as well, up 20 spots to finish in 9th. With the 13 Jonathan Hammond rounding out your top 10, up 17 spots.
32 of Nick Biddy will finish in 11th place. 12th will be Anthony Williams. And the number 5 car, 53 of Kevin Delia, will finish in 13th after starting way back in 25th. 14th place will go to Mark Collins in the 45. The 19 of Stephen Wood will finish in 15th place, up 9 spots. Let's see. The 16th place will go to the X-Man, Justin Johnson, in that 10 machine. The 2 of Scott Milner will finish in 17th place. 18th will be Chris Klein in the 51. 23 of Sean Walton will finish in 19th place, up quite a few spots from 32nd, so decent finish for him there in the top 20. And 20th place, Russ Kilgore in the 4.
Number 6, Joe David ended up 21st. 44, Dana Shepard, 22nd. 76, Jeff Ottinger, 23rd. Tate Cawthorn in the 17, 24th. 1 lap down, Tristan Cotton in the 7. 25th, Blaine Woodruff in the 71. He'll end up 26th. Joe Hoggard in the 64 machine, 27th. Chris Buse Jr. in the 3. 28th, Brian Boyd ended up 29th. 88, Michael Adamson, rough night there in 30th. Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, 33, same thing, 31st. Tim Stubblefield, bad luck tonight in the 92, ended up 32nd. 22 of Chuck Kiger rounds out the field in 33rd. And thank you, Tom Bearish, for race control.
And that indeed. And of course, we have to say a huge thank you to all you guys out there watching and enjoying this great race in action here with us. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, so that way you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy any of the great racing action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well, because that just helps us continue to grow this fantastic community we got going on. Of course, we have to say a huge thank you to the race sponsors of Plus EV here tonight, and of course the normal sponsors of Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Track Bar Media, and Martin Sports here as well. We thank you all for your fantastic support for the NTRL Racing League. And yeah, that pretty much does it. We got some HCK Beagles racing action coming up tomorrow night, which let me just double check where we are at. Looks like we're going to be going to Michigan, where I am currently a seasoned champion there. And we'll have all the insights and go-arounds and what goes on through some of these drivers' heads. But man, it'll be a fun night tomorrow with those trucks, with that new damage model and new model and everything. So be sure to stay on tuned. But until tomorrow night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We go.
See ya.